everybody, and today I'm going to show you how electrolysis works. So electrolysis is when you make hydrogen and oxygen from water by splitting the water using electricity. So you usually want to have like cleaner water with baking soda. Well, I use baking soda because I made this setup for electrolysis to get hydrogen and oxygen gas. So I put baking soda in the water. You can use other things like salt, lemon juice, but this one works for me the best since it releases hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide instead of chlorine gas and hydrogen. And I attached a 9-volt battery to it, and I put a bag over it to collect it. So you can see what's forming there. So I have these here, and then I have my so they didn't water turn out that well because I was using a 9-volt battery with 6 volts in it, which wasn't powering it well enough. So I didn't really get anything except for little bubbles coming off of it. I was also using salt, which was giving me hydrogen and chlorine gas, which wasn't as effective as using baking soda in my later attempts. I'm gonna have to add like a case for the battery. I think that'd be good. The water became green because the iron in this oxidized and it was like rusting the water, so that looks this way. Most of my beginning designs had like a bag over the little bottle with like the battery attached to 2 wires. The battery was well attached because I had these like 9-volt battery attachers, so that was pretty easy to attach, but the voltage was not enough. So in my first video I did electrolysis, and it didn't work that well because there was not much surface, so now I'm gonna use these like sheet steel for it. I sanded it down with sandpaper because it was like zinc plated or something, which earlier when I tested it, it did not like do anything with it. I have now attached it, so I'm going to add water first. And then I'm going to add baking soda. So I added the baking soda. I'm going to put this in. So I changed the setup because the things I put over it weren't connecting, and now it's working. I'm not sure if it's going faster, but it does have a lot more space now. So I think it's better now. So with the 9-volt battery, it wasn't really doing much, so I found a 18-volt battery, and it works a lot better, but I still need to get a way to collect it. The battery is so powerful. I'm going to be able to make it like bigger or like I'm gonna add more plates of sheet steel for it, which that will also keep it from overheating, because when I made it, if it like overheats a bit because of the power of the battery. So yeah, I'm gonna make it bigger. I used electrolysis of salt and water to get sodium hydroxide, which you can see like there are little fibers in it, which is that it's like crystallized, and so that's pretty cool. So I 3D printed cases for it, and then I was able to attach it with the metal plates layered inside with the 2 wires attached to it, and this way it's a lot more contained, and since it's 3D printed in 2 pieces that I custom designed, it doesn't leak easily, so I can hot glue it together, and it's a lot easier to put together. And then yeah, the previous ones leaked a lot when I tried to like make them custom sized, so this one is really easy to make. I also added custom attachments to keep the foam from over leaking it. In my first couple of designs, they had like nails from a nail gun that I found, and then I put those to wires, and those ones worked pretty well with the 6-volt battery. But then when I made this one, I was using sheet steel, so that was pretty good working for me. But then when I was using it a lot, and it was like very effective, but the sheet steel corroded really fast, and then it would lose conductivity, so then I'd have to keep replacing it, so I wouldn't really be able to have a stable working one. So that's why I decided to take the metal sheet steel pieces and then wrap them in aluminum foil, which doesn't corrode. So that's how I made my Mark 1 aluminum reactor, or hydrogen thing. You can see the aluminum foil attached to one of them, and that one worked not that well because aluminum has only 5% like of the, it's like 5% conductive for making hydrogen. So like platinum is 100%, stainless steel is 50%, and aluminum is 5%, so it's really bad, but it was able to withstand corrosion really well, so that's why I made one with it. My aluminum hydrogen generator, it wasn't producing enough gas, so I decided to make another one, which this time I bought stainless steel, which doesn't corrode very easily, and it also has a 50% efficiency for hydrogen. So I made this one, and it's slightly slower working than my normal sheet steel because the sheet steel was galvanized, so that gave a lot higher. Well, it worked really well, but it corroded really fast, and the stainless steel sheet that I used, it took a lot more effort to cut it because it was thicker, but it works. It works without corroding, and it's currently my best one. Both of these are pretty big, so I want to make a better version, 3D printed. That's going to be a lot thinner, and then I also want to make like a screw attachment so that I could attach it to some kind of collecting valve, and then I also want to attach like this membrane to it that's going to take off the foam and turn it into a gas because when I tested it a couple of times, the foam bubbles would like make it overflow and not have a stream of gas.